Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Ruzaini bin ROSLAN. My matrix number is 2020813292. Today, me and my friend will be presenting about task 1A. Okay, so for this task, we have chose a movie called A Quiet Place, Part 1, starring Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. So, this movie is basically about a family that live in silence to avoid a mysterious creature that hunt by sound. So, knowing that even a slight noise or footstep can bring death, the father and the mother of this family are determined to protect their children and find a way to fight back these mysterious creatures. So, why we chose this movie? The reason we chose this movie is because it has both of the communication type, which is verbal and non-verbal. But for verbal, this movie only has informal, which is lateral and grapevine. So, for the example of situation for each communication, I will let my friends to present. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Muhammad Ikram bin Muhammad FARZEE. Today I'm going to be presenting about question one. Question one is about uh, type of communication, and we need to give example based on the movie that we choose, which is A Quiet Place. Type of communication is divided into two, which is verbal and non-verbal. On my part, I will only be given about verbal type of communication because on the second and third question, we will talk about non-verbal type of communication. So verbal communication is divided into two, which is formal and informal. For your information, this movie doesn't have any formal type of communication. So I will only give us about informal type of communication. Informal type of communication divided into three, which is lateral, diagonal, and grapevine. So this movie doesn't have any diagonal type of communication. I will only be given about example about lateral and grapevine type of communication. So as we can see here in this scene, it's about a lateral type of communication. The father is talking to the mother. What make this is the example for lateral is in this scene we can see the members working at the same level, which is their parents, is talking to each other. Next, uh, in this scene, we can see grapevine type of communication, which is both of them is talking behind their sister back. The son is talking to his father and asking him about his sister, while his sister is not at there. So they are talking behind their sister back. I think that's all from me. My group member will continue to answer the next question.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hadri bin I would like to continue our presentation, which is type of non-verbal communication that affected communication. First of all, we have facial expression. In the first picture, we could see the woman is to shock when when she sees her son is playing with the toys. So we could say he is shocked. His facial expression is shock. And the second picture, you see he is agonizing with pain. So her facial expression is crying or trying to endure the pain. Okay. Second is body language. In the first picture, we could see the boy is looking at his father eyes when his father is talking to him. We could see the the boy body language is to focus on what his father wanted to say. In the second picture, uh, you see the father is using his hand gesture to make his son to focus on him when he's talking. So that is an example of non-verbal communication. Okay, we continue for the question is how does body language can make communication worse? Uh, for the first point, we have it will make others confused when we use different body language when we talking. As example, when we are eating, suddenly our friend are using body language like drink, so it will make others confused our communication, and then it will generate tension, that will build the tension that and we create an comfortable environment. That's all from me.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Farizuddin bin Muhammad Zulkifli, and today I will continue our presentation with pros and cons of using verbal and non-verbal language. Pros of using verbal language. Firstly, it is easier to understand what we want to say. Second, it has the least time consuming to communicate with others. And lastly, it provides immediate feedback. In the first situation, the son consults with his father about his worries on how to survive the day, while using the verbal language. In the second situation, the father can provide comfort for his wife, which she just had a nightmare about her dead son. Next, cons of using verbal language. Firstly, it is not convenient for long message. Next, it can be easily misunderstood by others. It may often be distorted if there is some indifference between receiver and the sender. In the movie, where if the slightest noise will expose them to danger, the kid shouted for his father as out of concern and might have exposed himself to be killed by the monster. Moving on pros of using non-verbal language. The first pros is quick expression of message. Next, it's reducing wastage of time, and lastly, substituting as it can be used where noises are too loud or in a need of quiet place. In the first situation, the father used the silence gesture to his sons and daughter, so they would not alert the monster. In the next situation, the daughter argued with his father using a signal language, so they will not exposed by the monster who is sensitive to slightest sound. Last but not least, cons of using non-verbal language. The first is long conversations are not possible, as it is difficult to understand and vague and imprecise. In the first situation, where the father forbid his younger son, as he wants a toy with a loud sound using a signal language, and this leads to the second situation where the younger son stubbornly take the loud toy, as if his might have not will understand the signal gesture. I think that's all for me. Thank